Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a Beatles update. Felt like I haven't done one of these in a while, but I've actually been sitting on this stuff for about a month now. This is actually all the stuff I got kind of acquired for my birthday about a month ago. So I'm now finally getting to it. But I've been kind of busy with school and all that kind of stuff lately, so finally found some time before Thanksgiving here to make a video about what I got, I guess, for my birthday. I got a good bit of 45s, or most of this stuff is going to be 45s. I got a few CDs and one LP. So no really particular order today. I'll probably just group them with Paul, John, George, and Beatles um, categories, and then we'll take it from there. So I guess we'll get the CDs out of the way here first. And we got a couple classical Paul McCartney releases here. So we got the Liverpool uh, Oratorio, and this came out in 1991. Um, I do plan on eventually picking up the vinyl versions of these, but they're a little bit pricey just for probably albums I won't necessarily play too much. Um, but if they come up for the right price, I'll be happy to pick them up. But for right now, I'll just stick with the CD version of the classical Paul McCartney albums. So there we go. So that's one classical. On to the next from 1997, we have Standing Stone. Comes in this nice kind of slipcase here, so you can get the contents out here. There we go. Nice little booklet. Going through everything, has some pictures. There's the back. See if we can get. There's Paul directing, and the actual CD here. Yeah, that's what the CD looks like. All right, on to the next CD. We got a sampler here, and this is from Paul McCartney's Wingspan compilation. This came out 2001. Pretty tough to find on vinyl nowadays. So I have the CD version, and now I have the promo sampler copy. It just has about 10 songs, ranging from Listen to What the Man Said, My Love, Venus and Mars Rock Show, all that kind of stuff. So there is the CD and the little insert there. So I don't actively search out for the promotional sampler CDs all the time, but if they happen to come up for a good price, or I happen to just find one out, I don't mind picking them up. But most of these finds that I got today all came from one seller off of Discogs, so I kind of just grouped them all up together and got like a final good price, I would say. So I'll put this one back in here real quick, and then we'll move on to the 45s here. Here we go. And I guess I'll start off with more Paul McCartney stuff here. So again, not really any particular order I got this time. We're just kind of going with it. But we got Paul McCartney, this one from 1989. This is a French copy, but it's pretty much the exact same as a UK copy. I'll look out for the one that has like all the postcards and stuff like that when that comes up for sale, hopefully. But here is the label. There's this one backed up with The First Stone from 1989. So here we have it. And next we got Paul McCartney Press. And I believe I have all the variations of this 45. I believe there's like a 10-inch version of this and a few 12-inch versions of this single. But for all the 45s, I believe I have all the different types. I think there's like an edited version from like the UK. There's like a it would say video edit version on the sleeve here. But that one came out in 1986 in the United States. And next up, we got just kind of a plain uh, single here. We got Silly Love Songs, and I got this with the custom label. I have a later pressing just on the plain Capital label, backed with and this is backed with Cook of the House from my 1976. There's nothing too special there. Alrighty, so now we got a promo from Paul McCartney, Michael Jackson, This Girl Is Mine. And I don't know if there's any differences on these two sides here, but it's a white label promo from 1982. And I believe this is the last Paul McCartney 45. And this one's a little bit of an interesting one. Maybe pun intended, I'm not sure. But this is also this one, but this is a Canadian single. This also backed up with the first down. But in the United States, they did not have a commercial release for the single, this one. But they had a white label Capital promo, which is a little bit harder to find. So I just kind of got a commercial copy from North America, I guess you can say. So this is a Canadian copy and just a placeholder until I find a US white label promo. So decided to pick that one up as well. And now we're on to John Lennon. We got from 1977. We have a Starline, kind of green tan-ish label here. We got Stand By Me, backed with this song that you can read on your for yourself. But kind of an interesting pairing there for those Starline singles. They have different groupings of A-sides and B-sides, or just different songs in general. And then I got one more John Lennon 45, and this one comes from Germany. And it is Imagine, backed with It's So Hard. And there's the back. Usually when there's a release in the United States or the UK that didn't come out with a picture sleeve, I like to find a picture sleeve for that release just to have. So I picked this one up from Germany. So there's the Apple label from 1971. And that'll do it for, well, I guess we have one more John Lennon related item here. And it's just kind of a compilation of Every Man Has a Woman LP. Came out in 1986. So there's the back. And you have the inner sleeve here. And I'll kind of read some of the artists that are also on here as well. It's on the Polydor red label here. And I'm just going to take a quick look to see what kind of notable names are on this kind of compilation here real quick. So we got John Lennon, that sings Every Man Has a Woman Who Loves Him. We got Harry Nilsson, Eddie Money. Got a couple Harry Nilsson ones on here as well. And then you have It's All Right by Sean Ono Lennon. And then you have Walking on Thin Ice with Elvis Costello and the Attractions. So there you go. Just to kind of name a few there. And then now we're going to go on to Ringo. Again, this will be more on the lines for if the US or UK pressing didn't have a picture sleeve. I went to go to a different country that has one, and I just picked up a interesting looking picture sleeve. So this one is from Spain. We got A Dose of Rock and Roll, backed with Crying, from the Rota Gravure album. And there's the back on the Polydor red label again. And the next one from Ringo, we have lipstick traces on a cigarette and old time revolvin'. There's Ringo looking kind of cool with the sunglasses, I guess. There's the back. And this one's on a little bit of a different Polydor label. This one's from France. There you go. So thought those would be kind of cool just to kind of have a placeholder for some picture sleeves for some Ringo releases. And the Lone George single I have today is from 1987, and it is This Love. This is Love. And again, this is a French copy, pretty similar to the UK copy, so I didn't mind getting that one there while I'm trying to complete the discographies of their solo stuff. I usually try to stick with the US and UK releases, but if they're pretty much the same art, cover, and label, then I don't mind branching off to different countries and just complete and have the record. So that was the only George 45 here, and I have a couple Beatles ones as well. Probably should have just started off with those, but it's okay. And this one I've been looking for a long time. And you might just be thinking that this is just a standard copy of Yellow Submarine with Eleanor Rigby. And you are mostly right. But the thing about this one that's pretty cool is that the rim text right here is yellow instead of white. So that kind of makes it a little bit tougher to find. And, you know, having Yellow Submarine with a yellow rim text, I thought kind of worked well together. But yeah, the actual record itself is in really nice shape. I already have some picture sleeves, so I didn't really worry about that. It just came with the Capitol Company sleeve instead, which is okay by me. And I found this one on eBay, and I picked it up for what I thought was a pretty fair price. So I was pretty happy to pick that one up. And the last 45 here, branching out to some different countries here to go along with my list of getting a Beatles record from every country that released Beatles records. And I did not have one from Venezuela. And this one I think is pretty cool. The titles on this 45 is pretty cool. So let me get it out of the sleeve here. It's a little bit beaten up, but this is Obladi Oblada, backed with Wild Honey Pie. Now, unfortunately, it is not Wild Honey Pie. It's actually just Honey Pie. The not the Wild Honey Pie where they're kind of screaming. Is more the I can't think of the word right now. Ragtime, old timey song that Paul sings, but it's still a very hard song to find on 45. So I thought it was pretty cool, and I picked that one up. Also on eBay. So, and I believe the seller just threw in a U.S. Apple sleeve to go with it there. So that's pretty cool there. You can check that one off the list. And the last item I want to show comes from one of my my Beatle friends, Beatle buddy, I guess you can say. And he sent me some RAM stickers slash stamps. I think they might be stamps. I'm not really too entirely sure, but yeah, he had an extra sleeve and he sent it on over to me, so I really appreciate that. I'm gonna have to put it with my original Ram album to kind of complete that album a little bit, I guess. But if anyone has any more information about what this could be in terms of where they came from, or why they were produced or something like that, please let me know. But I believe they look more like stamps to me. But again, if you have any more information, that would be greatly appreciated. He also sent a little letter to me as well, so I appreciate that as well. And that'll about wrap up this pretty decently sized Beatles update. And I want to try to have a couple other videos come out in November. Hopefully, once all my exams are done and Thanksgiving's kind of out of the way, I should have December just to kind of enjoy all the new records I've gotten and kind of catalog them and put them in my collection. So I hope you have a good Thanksgiving if you're in the United States, and happy holidays in general, I guess. And I hope to see you with some future videos shortly. Thanks.